Alright lads and lasses, welcome back to 100% Mags, and it is the 1 year anniversary of Newcastle United's takeover. We are 1 year on from the 7th of October 2021 when Newcastle United got taken over by PIF, Amanda Staveley and of course the Reuben brothers. It is exactly 1 year today that PIF, Amanda Staveley and the Reuben brothers took over Newcastle United. Of course, tomorrow will be Newcastle's game against Brentford at St James's Park, which will be a 3 o'clock kickoff. That's going to be an absolutely fantastic game, an absolutely amazing atmosphere in that game as well, with it being the very next day after the 1 year anniversary of the club being taken over by these brand new owners, these absolutely fantastic owners that have done some amazing stuff in this 1 year period. And you know, they've been well and truly active leading up to this anniversary as well, coming out talking about a whole host of different things that's going to be happening in the years ahead. Of course, we've seen the president Yasser Al-Rahmani coming out as well with a club statement, which of course I'm sure we've all read it now. Fantastic words being said in there by the president Yasser Al-Rahmani, showing, you know, what they hold in store for Newcastle United moving forward with this club. This is what we've wanted forever. You know, this is what we've wanted as Newcastle United fans. We've wanted owners that can match our ambition as fans. Owners that can come in and take Newcastle United to where we want Newcastle United to be, which is at the top of the table in world football, the tippy top, at the very top of the mountain, if you will. You know, beating away the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona. You know, you could even say Manchester City as well. Class Man City these days is probably one of the best teams out there in the world right now. I mean, they've got absolutely fantastic forward in Erling Haaland, banging in goals right, left and centre. We've, you know, had the privilege to play against them this season, almost win the game as well against them. You know, so it shows that we're not that far away from reaching that level, but there is still, you know, a patience that is needed to get to that point where we can be consistent. We can go into games, you know, and we be going into them games thinking, well, this is definitely 3 points in the bag, you know. And it's going to be interesting, like I say, tomorrow as we take on Brentford, because if we win that game, we have a chance to move into the top 4. It's crazy to say, I know, to move into the top 4, you know, when just 1 year ago on this day, you know, we were still under, well, just before this day, we were still under a horrible owner. That is no longer the case now in Newcastle United. Like I've just said, you know, we have owners that care for this club, owners that know where Newcastle United should be in the years ahead, and they are willing to do everything in their power to take Newcastle United to that level. They're willing to even break that level, you know, and take Newcastle to a level that no club has ever been at. You know, not even Manchester City has been to the level where PIF, Amanda Staveley and the Reubens are willing to take Newcastle United. It is a completely different level, even surpassing the level of Real Madrid and Barcelona. That shows what kind of ambition these owners have. You know, and we've seen it from day one when they came in, you know, exactly 1 year ago. When they came through the door, we seen that ambition in their eyes. They seen that ambition in our eyes, as well as a fan base, to push through that takeover. And it's going to be an absolutely fantastic partnership between us fans and, of course, the owners, you know, to take this club to the next level. Like I say, some fantastic words were spoken by the president, Yasser Al-Rahmani, in his open letter to the fans. We've seen Jamie Reuben come out as well and talk to the fans as well. Amanda Staveley and, you know, her husband, Medad Ghazassi, as well, have had interviews with Newcastle's NUFC TV today. And of course, they have said things that are very, very promising, and things that us fans really want to hear. They're not just saying them, to appease us fans. They're not saying them to do that, like the previous owner was. They're saying them because they mean them. They're going to take this club to the next level. I've got the utmost confidence in them. We've got a fantastic English manager in Eddie Howe as well to, be at the helm of this absolutely amazing journey that we're all going to go on. This is only year one, of this absolutely fantastic journey. We haven't even started yet, on what is possible under these owners, what is possible with our fan base as well. There's going to be an absolutely amazing road ahead. I can't wait to see it. But let's talk about the game, of course, against Brentford tomorrow. Like I say, it's going to be exactly one day after today. So, of course, it will be tomorrow, 3 p.m. kickoff at St James's Park, packed out St James's Park to take on Brentford. Now, we have played Brentford before, of course, and we'll know, like in the Premier League at St James's Park, it was a 3-3 draw in the 21-22 season. Jamal Lascelles, Joe Linton and Maxi scoring the goals in that game. Of course, in the 16-17 campaign, we won 3-1 down in the Championship against Brentford. We won 4-1 in the 2001-2002 season in the League Cup against them, with Amiobi and Craig Bellamy scoring 3 goals in that game. The previous season to that, of course, was the 92-93 season when we played them, which was, of course, a 5-1 win with Kelly, Bracewell and Clark bagging a double, and General Lee also scoring in the game. And of course, the 54-55 season as well was a 3-2 win for Newcastle in that one in the FA Cup. And of course, the 47-48 season was also a 1-0 win to Newcastle as well, with Woodburn scoring the goal in, of course, the old Division 2. Before that season, of course, was the 34-35 season where we lost 5-2 to them in Division 2. But like I say, that is a very, very long time ago. 34-35 season was a hell of a long time ago. In recent times, Newcastle have done nothing but win or draw against Brentford. It's like I say, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game tomorrow. It's going to be packed out St James's Park. Obviously, it's the very next day after our 1-year anniversary of these brand new owners, these absolutely fantastic owners. We want to show our support to these owners. War Flags are definitely going to show the support to the owners with an absolutely fantastic display. There's been a few different hints here and there on the War Flags, social media accounts to what the display might be. I do have my opinions on it, and I do think it is going to be something to do with a Sky Sports ticker. So we can't wait to see that one. That'll be quite interesting to see, and to hear that atmosphere tomorrow is going to be absolutely fantastic as well. Unfortunately, I won't be going to the game. I will be, watching the game at home like I usually do. But I'm going to be watching it on absolutely fantastic 4K quality. So I can't wait, to see that game tomorrow. I can't wait to see what, comes of it. We have heard about some fitness as well for our side of the teams for tomorrow, of course, with Eddie Howe speaking today about, of course, players' fitness levels. And of course, he has confirmed that only Carl Darlow and long-term injury victim Emil Kraft remain sidelined, with both John Joe Shelby and Alexander Isak back in light training. Maxi and Joe Linton are set to return against Brentford. So we're going to have Maxi back. We're going to have Joe Linton in there as well. We will have, of course, Callum Wilson in there. We'll have Bruno in there. It's going to be a really fantastic full strength side. Just missing out on Alexander Isak in that starting lineup. But when he does get back to full fitness, like I say, he's only back in late training from what Eddie Howe has said in his press conference today heading into the game. Alexander Isak is only in light training along with John Joe Shelby. So when Isak does get back to the full training, we can have him back in the squad. I'd assume it would be in the next game after this that Isak might be back to full fitness. Maybe we could see something along the lines of Isak playing out on one of the wings, with Callum Wilson playing as the striker and Maxi on the other wing. Or maybe we could see, Eddie Howe go more for a old-fashioned 4-4-2 style of play. But we'll have to wait and see on that one, of course, focusing on this game first, as if we win this game, like I just said earlier in the video, we can move to 4th in the table, into that top 4. That will be absolutely amazing to be inside the top 4 going into the next game, of course. And if we can, keep in that position, keep around this area where we are right now, heading into the World Cup period, then, of course, after the World Cup, once the World Cup has finished, we will come back and there'll be 2 Premier League games to play before we see out 2022. So if, we can still be there or thereabouts in this area that we are right now in the league come January, I would expect Piff to be going all guns blazing, really just open checkbooking it and going and buying somebody absolutely massive, world-class signing to come in and, show up a position for us to get Champions League football for next season. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Everybody out there in, the NUFC community, I hope you're all enjoying this absolutely amazing day for us Newcastle United fans, of course. It's an absolutely fantastic day that it's the 1 year anniversary of our club being bought by an absolutely fantastic bunch of owners who really, care for this club, care for this community, care for, everybody's well-being here in Newcastle United, everybody's well-being here in Newcastle, of course. And it's going to be, like I say, a partnership made in heaven. If we can just work together and take this club to the next level. And that is exactly what the owners want to do. They want to work with the fans. They want to, of course, take this club to another level. And, of course, we want to work with the owners as well and take this club to the next level. It's going to be an absolutely amazing one to see. And it's just going to be absolutely fantastic, what Newcastle United is going to be in the next 5 to 10, even 20 years from now. It's going to be absolutely amazing to see what Newcastle United has won, in what we continue to do in football as well moving forward. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags. If you want to donate to the channel by, of course, supporting the channel that way, then of course, you can do by scanning the QR code right here, which will take you to my Ko-Fi account. Just make your donation. I believe the minimum is £1 or £2 donation. Just make that donation if you want to. But if you don't want to and you just want to support the channel for free, then you can do that by just hitting the like button. Hitting that subscribe as well if you haven't done it yet, and also hitting that share button and sharing the video around to as many people as possible to spread out the reach of this channel, because I want to take this channel to a whole different level. I really want to get the biggest reach possible out there to, broaden the message of Newcastle United out to the rest of the fan base, to people that haven't found my channel yet, but hopefully anybody that does, please do consider subscribing. Till next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads.